In Milan, a city divided by football passion for over a century, two fierce rivals are abandoning their legendary home, the San Siro, sparking unprecedented fan protests and even death threats to club executives. When AC Milan and Inter Milan announced plans to demolish the iconic La Scala del Calcio in 2019, thousands took to the streets in outrage. But what's driving these European titans to risk such backlash? A breathtaking 1.2 billion euro vision called the Cathedral, a futuristic colosseum designed to revolutionize Italian football. This controversy has divided families and created unlikely alliances as lifelong rivals suddenly find themselves fighting together. But beneath the drama lies a desperate gamble by two former giants, burdened with nearly 1 billion euros in combined debt, to reclaim their place among Europe's elite. Join me as we explore the Cathedral, the billion-euro bet that could either redefine Italian football for generations or become one of the sport's most spectacular failures. To understand why AC Milan and Inter Milan are pursuing this ambitious new stadium project, we need to look at both history and necessity. The current San Siro, officially named Stadio Giuseppe Meazza, has been AC Milan's home since its inauguration in 1926. Inter Milan joined as co-tenants in 1947 after World War II. This arrangement has been a rarity in world football, two fierce rivals sharing the same home for over 75 years. During its heyday, the San Siro was a crown jewel of European football. When it reached its peak capacity of 140,000 spectators, it stood as the world's largest arena. Today, due to safety regulations, capacity has been reduced to around 76,000. The stadium has hosted 4 Champions League finals and countless historic matches, becoming a pilgrimage site for football fans worldwide. But here's the reality: the San Siro is aging. Despite numerous renovations, the stadium fails to meet modern standards required to compete financially with Europe's elite clubs. Both clubs have fallen behind their European counterparts in matchday revenue. While teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Manchester United generate massive income from their state-of-the-art facilities, Milan and Inter are limited by the San Siro's outdated infrastructure. The stadium lacks the premium seating, hospitality areas, and year-round commercial spaces that modern football businesses depend on. This financial disadvantage has contributed to both clubs' struggles to maintain their historical dominance in European competition. There's also the matter of ownership. Neither club owns their home. They rent it from the city of Milan, further limiting their revenue potential. In today's hyper-commercialized football landscape, this arrangement has become increasingly untenable. After years of deliberation, both clubs concluded that renovation wasn't enough. They needed to start fresh. Initially, the plan was to build adjacent to the current San Siro, with construction beginning around 2019. However, bureaucratic hurdles, financial concerns, and the COVID-19 pandemic caused significant delays. The most current plans now indicate construction potentially starting in 2027, with completion targeted for 2030, a timeline that continues to shift as the project evolves. What's particularly interesting is that despite their fierce rivalry, both clubs recognized they needed to continue their unique ground-sharing arrangement to make this project financially viable. This cooperative approach represents a remarkable example of pragmatism trumping rivalry in modern football. Now, let's explore what makes the Cathedral such a revolutionary stadium design. The architectural vision comes from Probuilds, the renowned firm behind iconic venues like London's Wembley Stadium and Tottenham Hotspur's new ground. Their concept for Milan's new stadium is nothing short of breathtaking. As the name suggests, the Cathedral draws inspiration from Milan's architectural landmarks, specifically the Duomo di Milano and the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele. The design features an array of glass panels and interlacing vertical fins that create a stunning visual effect. These glass surfaces won't just be aesthetic, they'll be engineered to enhance natural light during the day while creating a glowing lantern effect at night, visible throughout the city. The stadium will seat between 60,000 to 65,000 fans, a reduction from San Siro's current capacity. This isn't an oversight, it's intentional. Modern stadium design favors a more intimate atmosphere, bringing fans closer to the action and creating a more intense matchday experience. The steeper seating configuration means even those in the upper tiers will feel connected to the pitch. Inside, the technological features will be cutting edge. The plan includes a state-of-the-art retractable roof that can close in under 15 minutes, advanced acoustics designed to amplify crowd noise, the latest 5G connectivity throughout the venue, 360-degree LED screens circling the entire stadium, and climate control systems for year-round comfort regardless of Milan's weather. The pitch itself will feature a hybrid surface, 80% natural grass combined with 20% synthetic fibers, the gold standard for modern football surfaces, providing perfect playing conditions throughout the Italian season. But perhaps most revolutionary is how the stadium will function as the centerpiece of a larger entertainment district. The plans include a shopping center with premium retail outlets, a sports museum, offices, hotels, underground parking, and public parks covering 50,000 square meters. This isn't just a stadium, it's an entirely new neighborhood designed for year-round use, generating revenue even when matches aren't being played. For the clubs themselves, the design includes separate home locker rooms, each custom designed to reflect the identity and traditions of AC Milan and Inter, respectively. Unlike at San Siro, where visiting teams used a third locker room, the new design will have AC and Inter alternate between their designated home facilities and a shared away team area, depending on who's hosting the match. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect is how the stadium will transform between match days. When AC Milan plays, the stadium will be bathed in red and black lighting. For Inter's matches, it will glow blue and black. This theatrical element extends the club's identities into the very fabric of the building. Despite the exciting vision, the path to building the Cathedral has been fraught with obstacles. The biggest controversy surrounds the fate of the San Siro itself. The current plan calls for its eventual demolition, which has sparked passionate opposition from preservationists, historians, and many fans. The San Siro isn't just a stadium, it's a cultural monument, listed as a site of cultural interest by Italian authorities. Legendary figures from both clubs have spoken out. Former AC Milan coach Arrigo Sacchi said, "The San Siro is a temple of football. Destroying it would be like tearing down part of Milan's soul." Even the city's mayor, Giuseppe Sala, initially resisted the demolition, suggesting that parts of the San Siro could be preserved as a smaller venue for other events while building the new stadium nearby. Another significant controversy involves the location. After years of planning to build in the San Siro district, recent developments suggest both clubs are now considering alternative sites. AC Milan has been exploring the San Donato area, while Inter has looked at Rozzano, both areas outside the city center. This shift has added another layer of uncertainty to the project. Local residents near the original site have expressed concerns about the environmental impact, increased traffic, and potential disruption to their neighborhoods. Community organizations have filed legal challenges that have contributed to the delays. The construction timeline itself has become a point of contention. Originally slated to begin years ago, the project has faced repeated postponements. Current projections suggest groundbreaking may not happen until 2027, with completion in 2030, though even this timeline is viewed skeptically by many observers. There's also the matter of what happens during construction. Both clubs would need to continue playing at San Siro during the building phase, creating logistical challenges for maintaining match quality while major construction occurs nearby. Perhaps the most pressing controversy revolves around the financial viability. The initial budget of 650 million euros has already ballooned to over 1 billion euros, a staggering investment even for clubs of this magnitude. Critics question whether the return on investment will justify such an enormous expenditure, especially in an era where digital media revenues sometimes outweigh physical attendance. The bureaucratic process has been another significant obstacle. The project requires approvals from multiple levels of government, environmental agencies, and cultural heritage authorities. Each of these entities has their own concerns and requirements, creating a complex web of regulatory hurdles. The financing of the Cathedral represents one of the most ambitious funding arrangements in European sports history. The current estimated cost stands at over 1 billion euros, a figure that continues to rise as plans evolve and inflation impacts construction costs. For AC Milan, the primary financial backing comes from Redbird Capital Partners, the American investment firm that acquired the club in 2022 for 1.2 billion euros. They've allocated approximately 40 million euros for the initial phases. Redbird's founder, Jerry Cardinale, has extensive experience in sports infrastructure. Inter Milan's financial situation is more complex. The club is owned by Suning Holdings Group, a Chinese retail conglomerate, but has faced financial challenges. Reports suggest they may seek outside investors, specifically for the stadium project. Both clubs are expected to secure substantial bank loans to finance the majority of the construction costs. A critical component involves naming rights, estimated to generate between 25 to 30 million euros annually. The business model assumes a dramatic increase in matchday revenue. Premium seating and luxury boxes are expected to generate 3 times the revenue per seat compared to the current San Siro arrangement. The commercial complex is projected to bring in an additional 80 million euros annually. Public funding plays a minimal role in this project, a departure from many other stadium developments worldwide. The city of Milan is expected to contribute primarily through infrastructure improvements around the site rather than direct financing. What does all this mean for the future of these iconic clubs? The Cathedral represents a pivotal moment in the histories of both AC Milan and Inter Milan. If successful, it could propel them back to the financial elite of European football, enabling them to compete for top players and trophies on equal footing with the continent's wealthiest clubs. The shared stadium model is rare globally, but deeply rooted in Milan's football culture. This new state-of-the-art venue continues that tradition while embracing the future. For fans, leaving the San Siro won't be easy. The stadium holds legendary memories, Champions League triumphs, Milan derby battles, and iconic performances from greats like Paolo Maldini and Javier Zanetti. But the Cathedral promises what the aging San Siro no longer can: modern amenities, an upgraded fan experience, and a financial boost to keep both clubs at the top. With construction expected to start in 2027 and finish by 2030, Milan's football future is taking shape. Will the Cathedral live up to the legacy of the San Siro? Only time will tell. What do you think about this ambitious project? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on football's most fascinating stories.